What's up, fellas? I'm gonna explain why she doesn't actually care about how much cash is in your wallet and why your physique and your overall looks matter more when it comes to attracting women. Guys, understand this. Whenever you leave with your wallet and that's all you have to offer, you become a target and women see that as an opportunity to use you. And even if you do get a woman by using that method, we all know what's gonna happen, guys. She's gonna use you, she's gonna drain your pockets dry, and she's gonna make you take her on a million dinner dates. And then you guys have the gall to say, oh, but not all women are like that. Understand, all the women that you're going to attract by doing that are all going to be like that. Guys, you get the best out of a woman when she's emotionally, physically, and sexually attracted to you. So ask yourself, what emotion are you evoking by leading with your wallet? And you know, the funny part is a lot of you guys think you're giving these girls some extravagant experience that they've never seen before by splurging on them and spoiling them and, you know, flying them out, taking them on these trips and everything. Guys, understand, it is 2025. If a girl is above the age of 18, at least an 8 out of 10, right? An attractive girl, she has hundreds of dudes lined up in her DMs that have blue checks, that have the cash, that have all the resources to do all the things that I just explained, right? So whenever you leave with your wallet, she's just gonna put you in the same box as those guys waiting in her DMs, right? And even if she doesn't use those guys, right? Even if she doesn't link with those guys and use those experiences, she has that in her back pocket. She can do that at any time she likes, right? So understand, guys, you're not doing anything special. You're not doing anything that she hasn't seen before. If you're new here, you probably haven't seen this video, but I did a video with this girl that I know very well, right? This girl named Julia. And towards the end of the video, she revealed to me that a superstar named Kevin Durant, yes, that Kevin Durant, was in her DMs, right? And you have to understand, guys. Yes, I understand it's social media, but this dude was willing to fly her out, you know, take her to an NBA game and everything like that, right? And she's just a regular girl, right? She's a regular girl from a regular town in fucking South Florida, right? A random ass town in South Florida. So just imagine a future Hall of Famer has contact with a normal girl in a random ass town in South Florida, right? So really think about it, right? If that's able to happen, imagine a regular girl in your town. Imagine a regular girl in fucking South Dakota, right? None of these girls are off limits to these guys. These guys have all the access to these girls, right? So you have to stand out. And by you leading with your wallet, you're not standing out. I can promise you that, right? Guys, I've been there before. I tried to, you know, spoil these girls when I first started touching a little bit of money, right? I tried to take them out on the fancy dates. I tried to take them out on the yacht. I tried to give them all these extravagant experiences. And in reality, they weren't impressed by that, right? They weren't impressed at all. They were more impressed by my physique. They were more impressed by the way that I carried myself. They were more impressed by the confidence that I had, right? The confidence that I exuded whenever I walked, whenever I talked. They were more impressed about the fact that I never ran out of things to say, right? That's what's going to get them, not your fucking wallet, bro. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be that damn wallet. So yeah, guys, it's 2025. These girls have access to all these celebrities, all these guys with these blue checks, all these guys with money. So whenever you lead with your money, you're playing the wrong game because you're playing up against these guys. You're playing up against the guys with the blue checks, you know, the guys that own yachts, the guys that, you know, can fly a girl out at any time. So you're playing the wrong game. I can guarantee you that, brother. In today's day and age, a lot of people have money. It's never been easier to make money than it has been in the 21st century, right? So a lot of guys have money, but you know what a lot of guys don't have? Look on the street, bro. How many guys are jacked? How many guys have confidence? How many guys have charm? How many guys never run out of things to say? How many guys can actually, you know, make a girl laugh? Think about that for a second, right? So this is why I'm telling you guys, if you get jacked, bro, statistically, you're going to be way further ahead of the pack, right? And there's even a statistic. It said there's more guys that are millionaires than there are guys that have six packs. So really think about that for a second, bro. And obviously, I'm not saying to lead with your physique and lead with your looks, right? However, if you were to play that game by stats, statistically, you would be better off playing that game than playing the game of leading with your money. Statistically, you would. Now, again, like I said, don't do any of those things. You should not lead with one aspect or one characteristic of yourself. You should not lead with that. However, all I'm saying is, imagine how much more easier it would be to attract women if, you had all these qualities. You were charming, you were jacked, you were in shape, you were confident, and you had money, right? A decent amount of money. I'm not saying you have to be a millionaire, but a decent amount of money, right? Imagine how much more easier it would be to attract women if you had all those qualities. So yeah, a lot of you guys, want younger girls because you feel like they haven't been through a lot. They haven't experienced a lot. And I'm telling you right now, guys, understand this. A lot of them have. Like I said earlier, if she's above the age of 18, she's at least an 8. She has, a pretty decent following on Instagram. Guys, she has blue checks in her DM. Look at her highlights, right? Take a look at her highlights, right? Did you really think that she went to Maui? Did you really think that she went to Dubai by herself? You think she funded that $800 to $1,000 round trip ticket by herself? Did you really think that she paid for the drinks, the food, the itineraries, and everything else by herself? No, there's no way. There's no way you're that naive to think that, right? I know you didn't think that, did you? So yeah, man, unless you're willing to do all the things that I just mentioned, unless you're willing to, take her to Nobu and fucking Poppy Steak and fucking Ruth Chris and fly her across the world and take her on a mega yacht every weekend, unless you're willing to do all those things, you should not lead with your wallet, brother. I'm telling you right now, because there's guys that will do those things and you'll get beat by those guys every single time, right? You have to stand out, my guy. You have to stand out, brother. And not only do you have to stand out in person, you have to stand out on these dating apps. You have to stand out in the way that you present yourself. Guys, you do not want to be left with only fat chicks in your inbox on these dating apps, right? Like, guys, do you really think that whenever she's swiping on these dating apps, she's going to come across your profile and think like, he's kind of out of shape, he's kind of fat, but he got money. Skip? Do you really think she's going to swipe right on you? Guys, this is why I always stress you have to look smacks. You don't have to, drape yourself in designer and buy all these expensive items to look good and to wear clothes that actually fit you. You know what I mean? You don't have to buy all this designer bullshit, right? You can look good by shopping at places like H&M, Zara, things like that, right? Minimalistic pieces. I have a whole entire video on how to do so. But anyways, guys, yeah, man, you don't have to fucking be flashy to get a girl's attention. Another reason why these women aren't impressed by money nowadays is because, guys, these girls have their own bag. It's 2025. I'm going to tell you guys a story really quick. So I was messing with this one chick, right, from the gym, this one college chick. And I'm not stupid. I always connect the dots. And one night we went on a date, right? And she was pretty much telling me her whole background story of how she got to Florida. And she was telling me the whole story and it didn't really add up. So she's from Oregon. She came down here as a nursing student, right? She came to a local college as a nursing student and she paid for her whole tuition. She paid for the whole 4 years, but she didn't have a job, right? She didn't have a job. And, nursing students, they don't get paid, right? So I'm trying to connect the dots and see like how this is all adding up. She paid for her tuition and she had her own place, right? So now I'm thinking like, wait, what's going on? Like there has to be like some sugar daddy or something involved. So I asked her what she does for work, and pretty much, guys, I got down to like, the meat and cheese of it. And she told me she had an OnlyFans, right? Now, again, this is after I, did the deed with her and everything like that. I figured this out after the fact, but it all made sense. There's no way she could move across the country to a whole random state, pay for her tuition, pay for housing without a job. And her and her parents didn't have a good connection. So mommy and daddy wasn't funding her tuition and funding her housing and living expenses. So I had to connect the dots somehow. So that's why I asked her, like, what do you do for work? And yeah, guys, like this chick was an OnlyFans chick. Obviously I cut her off after that, but Yeah, guys, like these girls have their own bag some way, somehow. Now, I'm not saying every girl is an OnlyFans girl, but guys, making money for girls is as easy as, selling feet pics online. I know a numerous amount of girls that sell hand and feet pics that make money. There's plenty of girls out here that have sugar daddies, right? It's not uncommon. So yeah, guys, these girls have their own bag. So they're not really impressed by what a lot of these guys have to offer in terms of money. So yeah, guys, this is why I do so well with women on dating apps and in person. It's because I've done the self-development. I got jacked. I've got the charisma. I never run out of things to say. I know how to make a girl laugh. I got a decent amount of money. And I just know how to present myself in the best light, in the best way possible, right? So, like I said in a previous video, I've collected all the infinity stones already, right? Guys, it's like, the money is just one aspect of it, but you got to collect the rest of them, right? So whenever you just have a large amount of money and you throw it in their face, of course they're going to take advantage of you. Of course they're going to use you. Why would they not? And another thing that I've noticed about guys who just leave with their pockets is a lot of these guys just end up paying for it. Guys, I'd rather you become a passport bro, because at least they know what they're there for. They know they're literally just paying for the box, than just, sitting here at home, paying for it recklessly and acting like it's not a problem, right? So yeah, I've got more respect for the passport bros because at least they know they have no chance at home, right? So yeah, guys, a lot of your relationships with these women are going to be transactional if you leave with your money. You don't upgrade any other aspect in your life. You stay out of shape. You never get experience with women. You never build up that charisma. And you just sit back and think nothing's wrong. You might as well become a passport bro. I'm going to be honest with you. Just become a passport bro at that point, right? If you gave up already and, you don't want to self-improve, just become a passport bro. You'll get more respect that way, bro. I guarantee you. If money is the only good thing going on in your life right now, you might as well become a passport bro. I'm going to be honest with you, man. You might as well become a passport bro. You're going to be way better off that way. At least that way, you won't feel like you're getting played. You'll get the box whenever you want it. And then you don't have to deal with the attitude of these Western women, right? So you might as well become a passport bro. I'll be honest, like, guys, dead serious. If I was fat as fuck, out of shape, and I didn't want to self-improve, like it was too hard for me to get in the gym, it was too hard for me to, focus on leveling up as a man, I would literally just become a passport bro. And if I had the cash, I would literally just become a passport bro. Literally. If money was the only good thing going on in my life right now, I would fly overseas and become a passport bro. You guys would never see me back in the US, man. I'm telling you. So yeah, guys, like I said earlier, man, these girls have already been to STK. They've already been to Nobu. They've already been to Dubai. You have to stand out. You have to stand out. And the only way you stand out and actually gain that genuine attraction is improving your looks, improving your physique, developing yourself, personally developing to the point where you are that elite version of yourself. But all right, guys, that was it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, I'm out.